that this presentation will be recorded, and the recording will be shared with on the website tomorrow for people who can't attend. So how we're going to do it is I'm going to be presenting along with Mr. Arndt, Ms. Gabehouse, and Ms. Laverne, and at the end we'll stop the recording, and then if any parents have any questions, they can ask us then, and then it won't be part of the recording. So just some housekeeping how that's going to go for this evening. So first, I just want to welcome you guys to kindergarten. My name is Matthew Spronk, and I'm the principal at A.L. Horton, and I'm really glad to be here. And I'm sorry that people are still joining the session here. I just need to go out and make sure they can join because I need to allow people to come in. My apologies. Okay, let's start this over here again. So I've been the principal here at A.L. Horton for a couple of years now, and I had an interesting last year here. My daughter started kindergarten for the first time in Elk Island Public Schools, and it's an exciting time. And I know some of our parents here have children that have come to kindergarten before, but we also got some parents who this is their first child coming through kindergarten, and it is really exciting. And so I also know that many of you will probably have tons of questions, and especially in the year we are as well, it just adds even more questions, and we're hoping to help you guys out this evening, and that this will be a beneficial time for you and your family so you guys can prepare for the fall. So this evening I'm going to be presenting several slides, and then I'm going to turn it over to Ralph Arndt, and he is our assistant principal. And then we're going to have Chloe Gabehouse, who is our counselor at A.L. Horton, is going to speak, and then we're going to finish things off with our kindergarten teacher, Heather Laverne. So you're going to get to hear from a variety of us this morning, and we'll just be taking turns here coming on the screen for you. So just a quick overview. Elk Island Public Schools is in a couple different counties here. It's in Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, Strathcona County, Lamont County, and also the western portion of the county of Minburn, which we are in. So we're actually the school that is the farthest east in Elk Island, and there's 43 schools in total, which 26 of them offer kindergarten. So one thing that parents are going to need to be aware of, we have something called Power School Parent Portal. Okay, now this provides online access to your child's grades and attendance and school fees. A Parent Portal account links to all the children in the family. So if you have more than one child that's going to be coming up through there, you can access Parent Portal, and it'll link all of your different students, whether if they're at the high school or elementary school all together, and a lot of information is shared through there. Okay, the account also follows you as you go from kindergarten all the way to grade 12 in Elk Island Public Schools. In order to access this, because I think in the fall you're going to need to start accessing this, if you just go to the A.L. Horton website, there's a footnote at the bottom that has a link to Power School for you there. For school staff will provide you with information you need to set up for Parent Portal if you don't have a child already, and how to connect your kindergarten account to it. So Cherie Skulka or Connie Bay, who are our business manager and registrar, will be reaching out to you guys in the future in order to make sure that's all set up. There's no need to create an account each year. Once you've created one, it'll be good to go. School fees. So currently right now, our 2021-2022 school fees are being reviewed and approved by the Board of Trustees. And school fees are made in consultation with parents that are every January, February, and March are school council meetings, and we talk about school fees for the upcoming year. The process right now for the upcoming school year is they're getting processed and approved by the Board of Trustees. Once they're approved, then we'll be sending them out to parents. Fees are generally due within 30 days of being assessed. And additional fees may be added throughout the year as your child takes part in various activities. Okay, so for example, if there's going to be a field trip in May, then we charge those accordingly. Okay, please check your Power School Parent Portal on the regular basis to ensure all applicable fees have been paid. Now, if circumstances exist where you're unable to pay your fees, you can apply to have certain fees waived. The deadline for this would be December 15th, 2021. And if you need more information on that, if you just take a look at this website right here, eips.ca/school/fees, there's more information in regards to that. Okay, I'm going to now turn it over to our assistant principal, Mr. Arndt, and he's going to talk to you guys in regards to our digital platform, Brightspace.
Good evening, everyone. Let's see if I'm placed properly in the screen here. So good evening, current and future ALH families. Great to see you all here. I'm just going to start with an introduction. My name is Ralph Martin, the assistant principal. This is my 6th year at ALH. Looking forward to another year as well. I'm going to start with Brightspace. You might have heard about this. This is our online learning platform. I kind of liken it to the Cadillac version of Google Classroom. Through Brightspace for students, students can access and complete assignments and review communication from the teacher as applicable. Through Brightspace for parents, there's 2 different sign-ins. Parents can see upcoming assignments, review feedback from teachers, and receive school and classroom updates as applicable. Oh, there, I'm centered. There's no need to create a new Brightspace parent account each year. Once you're set up, that parent account will be all you need for as long as you have students attending an EAPS school. If you have younger children who will start school in the years ahead, you'll simply connect them to your existing Brightspace parent account when they start school here. Okay, up next, student transportation. How are your kids going to get here? So families who indicated needing transportation services when they completed the registration form are already pre-registered. You'll receive more information, including tentative routes, schedules, and invoices by the end of May. 21-22 transportation fees will be reviewed and approved by the Board of Trustees later this spring. Transportation fees are paid online and are due June 30th, 2021. There's a link to, if you go to eaps.ca and click transportation, they have some more information there as well. And then final bus routes and bus passes will be mailed to families in August. Oh, Little Elk Island Adventure. So this is a program for first-time bus riders. It's generally offered in August before the start of school. Again, because of COVID, transportation is currently exploring options for offering the program this summer in a manner that follows the current health measures. And again, more information will be coming to you as available. Okay, our Ukrainian bilingual program. The UB program has been a vital part of our school for over 40 years now. Students in this program are offered instruction in Ukrainian language and culture. Students will achieve oral and written competence in both English and Ukrainian. And this program is offered from kindergarten to grade 6, if you so wish. Okay, next, we want your help, and we like parents who are involved in our school. So there's different ways to do so. The first one, our school council and Friends of ALH Fundraising Society meet on the last Monday of each month. Parents have the opportunity to provide input on a variety of issues or topics that affect our school. Parents have traditionally volunteered in the classroom or during school-wide events such as track and field, ski trips, etc. Kindergarten is a great opportunity to get involved in your child's classroom. And of course, with our current COVID realities, this has not been possible this year. Parent involvement has been limited to school council, and we have been meeting virtually just like we're doing now. And that's all from me. Great seeing you all here, meeting you in brackets. I'm going to turn it over to our counselor, Ms. Gablehouse.
Good evening, everybody. As Ralph said, I am the counselor, and I have actually been teaching here at the school for a number of years, and I assumed the role of counselor in September. So as part of my position, I help to coordinate services and educational programming for our students. So I work with Heather to see which of the students need a little extra help and support within the classroom, whether it's a speech language pathologist, physical therapist, occupational therapist, or our assistive technology. And I will make referrals to our support team at central office to get that started for the kids. And I also coordinate visits from our support for students consultant to go into the classroom and give extra help where we need it. Also, we had talked earlier about fees. With the fee waivers, I also can help with families walking them through that process as well. I can also be the liaison for different community services or within services within our schools. So I help with FCSS, or Family and Community Support Services, who offer outside counseling services as well as our out-of-school programming. So I can be the liaison between yourself and those programs. And also within our school, we have our MHCB, our mental health capacity building, and I'll work with Miss Kate to help set up programming that's available to the different classrooms. And I know right now she is helping the kindergartens with acts of kindness. And that is it for me. Now, Miss Laverne.
Good evening, parents and some little friends. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. So my name is Heather Laverne, and I am the kindergarten teacher here at A.L. Horton. So I'm going to take you through a little bit about kindergarten at our school. So preparing for kindergarten. When we talk about kindergarten readiness, there's 6 areas that we look at. So we look at communication and literacy, which is kind of like exploring print in everyday life, interacting with letters, rhymes, and reading together. We look at numeracy, which would be our shapes, our numbers, our counting, dice games that we might be playing at home, also sorting. When we look at motor skills, there's 2 sections we talk about, fine motor and gross motor. So fine motor are different things like printing and drawing, and gross motor is more things like outdoor play, big movements like jumping, balancing, skipping. When we look at self-help skills, these are very important for the beginning of kindergarten. It's a lot of our independent skills, such as dressing and undressing themselves, putting shoes on or off, and opening different various containers they might have in their lunch as well. For their social emotional skills, this is kind of like curiosity and enthusiasm for learning, having a positive outlook about school, building their vocabulary for emotional skills, as well as navigating feelings of disappointment and frustration, and sharing with others. For the I Learn, this is a program that not a lot of parents are aware of before kindergarten. If you call your optometrist and book an appointment, you will get a free exam and a free pair of glasses if your child needs. All you have to do is say you want to take part in I Learn when you book the appointment. So just like the couple of areas we look at for kindergarten readiness, the TA at the beginning of the year, so the early years evaluation assessment, looks at a lot of the similar things. There's 5 areas, so awareness of self and environment, which is things like signs, positional concepts, or body parts. Social skills would be finishing activities before starting a new one, taking turns and sharing. Cognitive skills are those things like our letters, our numbers, counting, creating sets, different things like that. For communication and language, this would be listening and understanding different instructions, communicating in full sentences, verbalizing how they feel. And then our physical development goes back to those 2 sections for motor skills, for fine motor and gross motor. So we look at their pencil grip, how they're cutting, how they're coloring, and then their balance, their large movements in phys ed or outside at recess. So this assessment helps us plan and structure our classroom and our activities to better support the students' needs. And then the report, after it is generated, is used as their November report card. So for kindergarten at our school and in EAPS, they do offer an alternating day program. So your child would attend on Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Friday. Because of the scheduling, sometimes the class does have 2 Fridays in a row, so it's always a good idea to check your schedule just in case. So for kindergarten staggered start at the beginning of the year, we have small groups of students come in at a time, and this just gives us a better chance to spend more time with your child one-on-one, to get to know them, to make sure that their transition into school is smooth, and making sure that they're okay when they first come in. Our staggered entry dates for next year, the first day for the Monday-Wednesday group would be Wednesday, September 1st. The second day would be Friday, September 3rd, and then the whole class would come Wednesday, September 8th, which is also an early dismissal. For the Tuesday group, their first day would be Tuesday, September 2nd. Their second day would be Thursday, September 7th, and then the first full day of everybody would be on Tuesday, September 9th. So for our staggered entry days, we do attend a normal school day from 8:15 to 2:55. Usually we invite parents to come back a little bit earlier at the end of the day to spend some time with their child in the classroom. Throughout the day, we go through our routines, our procedures. We also go on a school tour to see the gym, the library, visit all of our friends in the office. We go through our recess rules and make sure the students know where they're going when they do go outside. We also go across a lot of different things with our snack, with our washroom, and different things like that. So school supplies can be ordered, and our school supplies can be ordered online at our website. Then when you do come to school at the beginning of the year, you can also drop your at the beginning of the year, you can also bring your child's school supplies to drop off. For the kindergarten team, it is better to bring them at the end of the day. That way we can focus on your child and making sure that they're having a good transition in the morning. So for school supplies, the first few days, it is okay if you bring everything a little bit later. For the first few days, they only needed a few things during the day, such as their backpack, a water bottle, their lunch bag with lunch and snacks, an extra set of clothes in case we do get dirty outside at recess, and their indoor shoes. So a typical day for us in kindergarten, we do follow the same bell schedule as everybody else. Our arrival time is 8:15 and our pickup time is 2:55. We do try to go outside at the end of the day a little bit earlier so that parents have an easier time picking up our kindergarten kids. So a typical day in kindergarten. So I'm going to take you through a typical day of what we do right now. So in the morning, the students start to come in anytime between 8:15 and 8:30. Once the students come in, they hang their bags, they change their shoes, and then we get started with our morning question. For example, today was, is spring your favorite season? After that, we do a mix of yoga and freeze dance until all of the students have arrived. After announcements, we get started with our morning board, which includes different things like conversations about our weather, our days of the week, our numbers, letters, different birthdays we might be having in our classroom, reading strategies we might be focusing on, then other things that continuously change throughout the year as we need. Afterwards, we move into our literacy-based activities and discussions, which could be different things from alphabet work to read aloud stories to reader's workshop to sight words. Each morning, we also have the pleasure of going to the gym for phys ed. After phys ed, we have snack, and after snack, we go outside for recess. After recess, we finish off our morning with some numeracy-based activities and discussions before we move on to our centers for the day. For our centers, we try to have 5 each day that we rotate through, which we have a variety of play-based activities that include focuses from literacy, numeracy, social studies, science, health, and art. This is followed by lunch, or followed by recess, which is followed by lunch. After lunch, we usually do guided drawing or writer's workshop, and then we finish up the rest of our rotations of centers before we go home. So a few field trips that we usually do in kindergarten each year consist of the fire station, the RCMP, the post office, the dentist, and the library. We also plan a few other ones based on students' interests throughout the year. So now I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Sprock to talk about some helpful links.
Thank you, Ms. Laverne. So just a couple of things. We gave you guys a lot of information this evening. So if you want to get some more of those things, here's just the link to eips.ca, and they have a part of their page dedicated to kindergarten. They also got a Facebook page as well, Elk Island Public Schools, and a Twitter account. Then, of course, there's also our school webpage at alehorton.ca. We have Facebook and Twitter as well. And then I've also included the contact information for myself, Mr. Arndt, Ms. Gablehouse, Ms. Laverne. If you'd like to send us an email following this, or if you wish to talk to us, feel free to give the school a call. and we can get in touch with you guys that way as well. So this just brings us to the end of our presentation. We're going to stop recording now. And if there are any parents who have any questions, please feel free to turn on your mic and ask, or you can put them in the chat box. I'm just going to exit out of my presentation view.